I thought our guys gave a great team effort. I thought it was probably the best team effort that we had, this season. I thought everyone made, big contributions, not necessarily scoring the basketball, but just the way we played. So I was really, really proud of that and something for us to build on. We beat another team. I think it's a good basketball team. They're experienced. Terrific guard play. Of course, Daniels, mid-major, college player of the year. A player that's, competing for that honor and deservedly so. I haven't watched him play in person. He's a dynamic little guard. He makes it hard on everyone. So I thought our guys beat a good team, and I'm just very proud of them.
Obviously a close game at halftime. I think maybe it was that first media timeout you guys started to kind of get some traction and pull away. What did you see late that enabled you guys to get the win tonight?
It always starts in the same place for us. It starts on the defensive end. When we start getting stops and rebounding the basketball, then we're able to get some momentum. And I thought during that stretch, that's what was happening. I thought we defended very well. We had a number of possessions where we were able to get stops, and then it led to us either in transition and/or running good half-court offense. And that's how we were able to kind of build the lead.
After the last game, you and the players talked about needing to rebound the ball better. You had a disadvantage in this game. Did you see some progress? And what do you think the ongoing issue is there?
No, we have to. It's our focus and concentration. I mean, boxing out is something. There's an art to it. You have to make sure you get contact with people. You can't rely on just athleticism. Think I'm just going to go pursue a basketball. You have to make sure you get contact and make sure the person that's also trying to get the ball from the opposing team doesn't have a good angle to get it, and then you can pursue it after that. And I thought a few of those possessions we got caught where we were watching the shot go up, watching and waiting for somebody to rebound it for us instead of doing our job is hitting, boxing out, and then pursuing the basketball. So it's something we have to continue to work on. I'm watching it more now, and we're going to implement it even more in practice. We're doing it in practice regularly, but maybe we need to do it longer and more so our guys get more comfortable with what we need to do.
Darius said that the team needs to be tougher, grittier rebounding. How do you coach that?
There are ways you can coach that, for sure. We gotta continue to challenge our guys, challenge them more, and make sure our standard is high enough where there's no way around it other than accomplishing what we want them to accomplish. So we got to make sure we uphold the standards that we have in our program. The players that have come before these guys, they understand if you want to leave your legacy, then you have to honor the things that the guys before you did. And we've had teams that have come in, like I said, gritty, tough, doing those things. And we have to continue to embrace that with this group. And we wouldn't be where we are now if they haven't done it to some extent. We just want to improve. We have to continue to improve.
Speaking to Darius, he tied his career high in steals tonight with 7. You talked about, getting things going on defense. How big was Darius' contribution to that?
I thought his contributions were huge. I thought he was in the right place at the right time. He has very active hands anyway. He's strong, he's physical, low to the ground. So typically anything waist level for him, he's going to be the one to come up with the ball. He loves that type of competitions. Anytime it's a 50-50 ball or those kind of plays, I bet on him every time to make that play. And he usually does. So I'm glad he found himself in the right spot. A few of those plays were very timely, whether they thought they had numbers in transition or thought they had opportunity to hit the paint. And all of a sudden, he's stealing the ball from him and starting a fast break. So I was really happy that he was able to do that for us.
Johnny, you only have about 2 or 3 games left, non-conference games left before you get into the Big 12 schedule. What do you want to see from this team over those next 3 games or so? What would you like to see them do to prepare for the Big 12 schedule?
Well, I want to see us rebound the ball better. I think that's, if you want to just first and foremost, I think we got to continue to get better in that area, to rebound the ball better. Then we have to come down to understand, we have to value the possessions. I think, we play fast and I want to play fast, but, we have to also make sure while we playing at that pace that we're not turning the ball over too much. I thought in the first half for them, you look at what helped them out in the first half, they took advantage of offensive rebounds. They had almost 10, I think they had 9. And I think we had 9 turnovers in the first half also. So those 2 areas were huge for them, and allowed them to play the way they wanted to play. Now for us, by contrast, you look at the second half, we only turned it over a few times, and we only gave up a few offensive rebounds. So I thought we made the adjustments there. One bright spot was, like you said, Darius' 7 steals, but more importantly, that team is one of the best teams in the country at valuing the ball, at taking care of the ball. They don't turn the ball over. They turn the ball over less than 10 times a game. And you won't find many teams in college that turn the ball over less than 10 times on average a game. And so to turn them over 19 times, and I compliment our guys on that because I have a lot of respect for that program and I know how well they play together. And we did a great job, as far as that part of the defense was concerned.
Coach, you made a change in the starting lineup, inserting Nose Machado Husky. What was kind of the thought process behind that?
Well, no. Neil's got a chance to start for us, because internally, we made a little mistake internally, and so his opportunity was granted to start. For us, our standards are our standards, and so if the standards aren't met, and then we're going to always police our standards and play the game accordingly, and so that gave Niels an opportunity to start.
What do you like about the variety of opponents you've seen so far this season?
I've loved it. I've loved the variety of opponents. It's going to be that way. We have so many teams in the Big 12 now that you want to play as many different systems as you can, because you're going to face different systems, when we start playing in January. So I think playing the teams that we're playing a different type of guards we're playing a different type of bigs we're playing, or wings, different styles, whether they're playing fast or whether they, like this team is very methodical. They're going to come down and they're going to execute and run their stuff. All of these gives us a chance to can grow and develop, and so that when we do face teams down the road, it won't be the first time our guys have seen some of the things that they're going to see.
Is that intentional then to line up non-conference opponents that mirror some of what your conference opponents do?
Absolutely. We try to do that. We try to find opponents that are going to mirror, that's where we're putting it, mirror the guys that we're going to face in conference play as best we can. Sometimes, it doesn't work out, but I think this season, especially watching the teams we played, it's been great. Very good teams, all teams capable of course, beating us, because that's where college basketball is now. And so it's so much parity. And I thought our guys did a really good job in all of these games of being very competitive.
Coach, how do you settle into a season now that we have kind of definitely moved past the pomp of like the beginning of the season as you kind of get ready for conference play?
How do I what now?
Settle into the season, the rush of the beginning of the season, and now you're like fully in it as you prepare for conference play now.
Well, I think our guys are the ones who've been making the adjustment more so than us. From the coaching standpoint, the biggest adjustments we've been trying to make is with our chemistry and our continuity, like our rotations, who we're subbing, when, what combinations work best together. And the more you play, the more you get a book on that. So like the analytics and everything that we'll study will show kind of, what combinations have been better. So that's what we're learning. What they're learning is how to play with each other. You have a lot of new guys who've never played together until now. So they played together all of 5 months. So they're getting more comfortable with them, hopefully getting more comfortable in their roles as well.
Johnny, Mustafa's a young man. He was 17 years old. What have you seen from him so far in his growth and development, and where would you like to see? Where do you envision him maybe turning out as you guys get through the conference schedule?
Well, I think he's improving. Game by game, it's fun watching him develop. He missed the last game, of course. I thought he did a really good job of bouncing back this game. I thought he was very active defensively. He changed some shots. He blocked some shots. He rebounded the ball well for his minutes played as well. And of course, he always has a good touch. He can shoot the basketball. I think you guys are starting to see it more now. He can make shots 15, 17 feet. He can step out behind the arc and make a shot as well. So, what I need to see him continue to get better at is he needs to continue to get stronger as he continues to move toward the new year. Continue to not miss up in his lifts and eating properly, because strength's going to be a big thing as we start, facing bigger and heavier front lines. He needs to understand, how to defend without fouling, understanding his value on the floor for us. He's picking up 2-3 fouls early. That doesn't help us. He needs to understand that discipline. That just comes with experience. So some of the things going to happen with normal experience, whether it's age, as he continues to get stronger every month, whether it's, learning how to, play without fouling. That just takes time. That's just experience. So those are things I think that as he continues to get better, will be better.
It seems the way the schedule's laid out, the month of December, it's kind of drawn out a little bit. There's not as many games, maybe it seemed like as in past years. Only, 3 games, I think, until conference play. So I know we asked you the other night about Jalen Sellers. Is he getting any closer to maybe coming back before conference play?
He's still day to day. I keep telling you guys I'm optimistic, which is the best thing I can tell you. I'm optimistic that he's moving in the right direction, but only time will tell. But I know he's hungry to get out there and play. We're excited for him as long as he's going to be healthy to get out there and play. And that's the main thing, is the young man's health. But he definitely wants to get out there, believe me. And it's like holding him back. But I think he's moving in the right direction. It's just a process that we have to just wait on.
You talk about the schedule there. How do you use a week off now to your benefit at this point in the year?
Well, for us, right now, this week off will give us
Well,
a
not a
chance.
week off, but
I know what you mean, Trey. So it gives us an opportunity to work on ourselves a little this week. Not just like some of the things you guys mentioned earlier. We can literally concentrate on that. You know, a lot of times you start playing in the season, and I like to play games that keeps you in rhythm, but the one thing that's difficult is really locking in on some things that we have to get improve on. Now I have an opportunity to focus in on those. Like this week, for instance, I had the first part of the week, I can just really focus on us. Things that I want to do going as the season moves further, that as the season moves on, things that I want to do that we haven't done as well yet, things that we got to get better at. We can really concentrate on that longer. And then we still have time to prep for the team that we're going to play. So you can accomplish both when you have this type of time, where you can just really, the first couple of days, it can just be all about just us. And then the next time you're practicing and getting with your guys, it could be, okay, let's make sure we're still doing some of those same things that we're trying to help get better at, but making sure we understand the scout report, personnel, what they're doing, what they're running, what defenses we got to play against. It's all of those things that are coming up. So this next week and the next time that we have that opportunity can help us really focus in on things we have to continue to improve.
Coach, what was your biggest takeaways from the Greenbrier as you prepare the team for conference play?
Just, again, great competition. We knew we were going to play some very good basketball teams. I thought our first game versus Wisconsin, I mean, they're a very good team. I didn't think we played as well and didn't shoot the ball as well as I would like to have seen us do, but I give them credit for that. I thought they played well. They had good size and length. They had some experienced guys out there that made some really good plays for their team. And they ended up winning it, of course. They ended up beating us and then I think beating Pitt. And then the next game we had LSU, another really good, team. I thought we had our chances, we had our opportunities. I thought we played some of our best basketball in the first half that we've had this year. I thought in the second half, I thought they played very well. They were able to chip away. And then it showed the fight that we have. I mean, no one wants to ever lose a game, but I mean, you lose a game in 3 overtimes. Our guys fought their hearts out. They gave us everything we had. We just didn't make a few plays in that third overtime, and they made those plays, and that was the difference in the ball game.
Would you say that the guys learn from what you wanted them to learn from the Greenbrier with this one? I
think the game from the Greenbrier teaches you in a game like this, how to kind of manage the game, how to close the game out, in the second half. That game we got up 15 at halftime, and we were able to get walked down, and they ended up winning the ball game in triple overtime. This game we get up by 15 with enough time on the clock, but we were able to maintain that lead. We didn't let the lead dissolve. And that's something that we've been talking about as a team, not just in the game that we lost to LSU, but even in some of our wins. We've let games kind of let the score, let teams, catch up with us. I want to say Tennessee Tech, stands out the most to me. I think we had a 20-point lead, they cut it to 3. We can't have that. And so I think today was growth. The same thing happened, but we was able to maintain it this time. And we'll build to be a lot of good film, a lot of showing guys how we were able to do that, what we did well, and some things we didn't do as well in this game, but that will help us, I think, continue to get better.
Johnny, with Jalen not being able to actually play, but what has he been like on the bench and on the sidelines and in team meetings? What's impressed you, I guess, about him? He's a guy who's had a lot of basketball, so how has he helped you guys, I guess, even though he's not been able to play?
I mean, it's tough when you don't play. I've been in that situation before from a leadership perspective because you're not out there with the guys. You're not out there sweating, getting hit, bleeding, not getting knocked down. It's competition. So it's tough. You can find yourself, because you're not in that, wanting to kind of be silent and kind of just hide away a little bit and stay out the way. But I've encouraged him that you're one of our captains. We want your leadership. And he's been terrific at it. He's talking to his teammates. In practice, he's upbeat. He's cheering the guys on in practice. He's not quiet. He's not over there by himself. And then what I really love is when things need to really be said, that's where we have good leadership, senior leadership with him and Darius Johnson. He's not afraid to say it, so it doesn't always have to come from me. That's great, but player-led teams are amazing, and he's all about that. So he's going to say what needs to be said to his teammates to try to help them become better. And so I guess the short answer would be he's been terrific. He's been terrific. I mean, I've loved his attitude and what he's brought to our team, even though he can't play.
All set?
All right,
Just
appreciate it.
like
Thank you,
us all,
Coach.
how was Thanksgiving? What was the review on the food?
You know what? We got rave reviews on the food. My wife's cooking. But no, all of our, the good thing about us is we've been together so long. I mean, all of my assistants, their wives, my wife, they love this opportunity to kind of feed the kids and also just spend time with them. A lot of these guys are away from their families. I mean, it's tough. I mean, think of all of my life playing basketball. Think about this. How many times have I ever spent Thanksgiving with my parents, my mom, my family? You don't get a chance to do that too often. And so for these young people that are playing, they're just like me. Majority of these kids aren't from Orlando, so their families aren't here. So we are their family. So to have them over, to sit down in a room like this, tell stories, talk, laugh, nothing basketball, just family, friends, and let's just have a good time. I think our guys really enjoyed it. I know we did, and it's something that I love this holiday. I think it's about family, it's about friends, and I thought our guys, I think they enjoyed it as well. So
Any
thank you for that.
leftovers? Any leftovers?
You know what? None. You know what? I think we may have not cooked enough food. Now, I was supposed to make a couple guys some plates, and I couldn't do it because I'm like, what do we have left? They ate all of it. I'm like, okay. They probably took a couple to-go plates too, though. But it was good. And so, again, I hope you guys all had a wonderful, Thanksgiving weekend as well, and happy holidays.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you,
Coach.
Coach. We'll see
Thank
you
you
next
guys.
week.